Hey guys, King of Charmans here, and today I bring to you the best Coral Pukei-Pukei guide. All attacks, tips, and tricks. So this is a complete guide for Coral Pukei-Pukei. I will also show all of its attack patterns and how to dodge them. And this monster is a subspecies of Pukei-Pukei, the prettier, more coral version of the green monstrosity that usually spits poison out of its tail. Well, guess what? This time it spits out something different, and this subspecies is actually a really annoying monster to hunt. But this guide will help you prepare for it. Alright, first we're going to start out with Coral Pukei-Pukei's monster guide. It is found in forests and swamps, and its elemental attack is water. Its elemental weakness is ice and poison, ironically. And its breakable parts are its head, the back, the left wing, the right wing, and its tail, which is sever only. Next up is Coral Pukei-Pukei's main characteristics. It is of the bird wyvern species. It is a wyvern that stores a lot of water in its body. You thirsty, bro? Well, it is very thirsty because it's going to launch powerful water attacks from its mouth and tail directly at your face. And it is actually incredibly annoying. And is considered a subspecies of Pukei-Pukei, a bit the more prettier one, and instead of poison, it is of the water elemental. And as for its useful information, it attacks with a barrage of water attacks from long range. Remaining at a distance will leave you vulnerable to its strongest attacks, so moving it to melee range is best. Breaking its head will weaken some of its water attacks, and any attacks that it uses with its tail may be halted by severing the tail. Alright, now let's jump right into the attacks. We have Coral Pukei-Pukei attacks number 1, the running freight train. Coral Pukei-Pukei will charge at you and try to run you over with its body. It has one signal. Coral Pukei-Pukei will hop, as you see it hops right here, and then stand tall before it runs at you. Here's the hop, and then standing tall, right here, bam, hop, running towards you before it runs at you. You can dodge this by rolling twice left or right. As you see, I'm pretty far away from it, but if you're close, twice left or right will do the trick as far as dodging away. Next, at number 2 for Coral Pukei-Pukei's attacks, we have the running bite. The classic attack from the original Pukei-Pukei. It will run towards you and charge at you and try to bite you. It has one signal. Coral Pukei-Pukei will turn towards you and open its mouth. Right here, it opens its mouth and then it starts running towards you. So before it starts running towards you, it's gonna open its mouth. You can dodge this by rolling twice or more. I was pretty far when I see this example, but this attack is used a lot by the original Pukei-Pukei, so it's not really even the most annoying attack. It's one of its basic attacks here for this guy. And now for another instant classic, at number 3 for Coral Pukei-Pukei's attacks, we have the tail swing. Coral Pukei-Pukei will swing its tail and try to hit you with it. It has one signal. Coral Pukei-Pukei will look behind it before it turns to swing its tail. As you see right here in the slow-mo, bam, I'm looking behind me, I see someone, and I'm bam, I made you look, and now I want to swing my tail at your face, but you missed. You can dodge it by rolling backwards. You can also roll left or right at the right timing. Honestly, it's just much easier to roll backwards. Just roll backwards, and it's super easy to dodge as long as you get and know this signal. So again, look back, roll backwards, bam, you're good. And number 4 for Coral Pukei-Pukei's attacks, we have the water ground shot. Coral Pukei-Pukei will shoot a ball of water on the ground and has one signal. Coral Pukei-Pukei will raise its head and opens its wings before it jumps to shoot. As you see, raise its head, opens its wings, bam. You can dodge this by rolling left, right, or backwards, and here's a note. This is one of the easier attacks to dodge, so it's really easy to tell, and it shouldn't give you too much of an issue. Next, we move on to the annoying Area of Effect series. Coral Pukei-Pukei's attacks number 5, the triple water air shot. Coral Pukei-Pukei will shoot 3 balls of water in the air. It has one signal. Coral Pukei-Pukei will stand tall with the tips of its wings raised high, as you see here. You can dodge this by rolling left or right once or twice right when it stands tall. So the key to dodging this attack is the almost 2 seconds you get before it fires the water shots. So don't be greedy. Right when it stands tall, dodge. What's better than 1? How about 2? We have Coral Pukei-Pukei's attacks number 6, the double triple water air shot. Coral Pukei-Pukei will shoot 3 balls of water in the air twice. And as one signal, Coral Pukei-Pukei will stand tall with the tips of its wings raised high. Exactly the same as the last one, and you can dodge this by rolling left or right once or twice when it stands tall. So once or twice when it stands tall, that's when you can dodge this. But here's an important note. Do not roll after dodging the first wave, as you might get hit with the second volley. As you see here, by not moving the second one, I'm not going to get hit with the second volley. This attack was probably meant for those that use multiplayer, so if you're in group hunts, be wary of this attack. Now, lucky number 7, we have the pressure washer for Coral Pukei-Pukei's attacks. Coral Pukei-Pukei will shoot a stream of water that will split into two smaller streams to the sides. And it has one signal. Coral Pukei-Pukei will shake its head and raise it with both of its wings touching the floor. This is the key tell. Both of its wings touching the floor. If you're having a hard time to tell it from the last one, its wings are touching the floor. You can dodge this by rolling left or right 2 or 3 times right when it raises its head. Here's a note. You have 2 seconds to dodge this attack, so as soon as you see the signal, dodge, or you're going to get hit with those 2 smaller streams of water. Next up at number 8 for Coral Pukei-Pukei's attacks, we have the Side Pressure Washer. Coral Pukei-Pukei will fire a stream of water to its side and sweep the area. It has one signal. Coral Pukei-Pukei will wag its tail and raise it high. It is the biggest obvious tell. As you see, raise its tail and it's wagging it like a dog. You can dodge this by rolling left or right 2 or 3 times as it wags its tail. Because you have a whole 3 seconds, that's the important note, a whole 3 seconds to dodge this attack. If you are solo, you won't have to move, but if you are doing group play, beware of this attack. It seems like this attack was meant for multiplayer. As you see here, solo players, you really don't have to move at all, but if there are 3 or 4 of you, beware of which side Coral Pukei-Pukei is firing this attack. At number 9 for Coral Pukei-Pukei's attacks, we have the Sweep Pressure Washer. So Coral Pukei-Pukei will sweep the air in front of it with water pressure. It has one signal. Coral Pukei-Pukei will turn its tail towards you and fill it with water. As you see here, bam, it shakes its butt, faces it towards your face, and it fills the behind or the tail with water. You can dodge this by rolling left or right 3 times or more as soon as it turns its tail towards you. You have a lot of breathing room here. Here's a note though. This attack will start close, then far. If you are in melee range, just dodge to its head and begin to attack again. So it's easier to dodge in melee range versus when you're in long range. And at number 10, we have Coral Pukei-Pukei's ultimate attack. I call it the ultimate water laser circus, just because it sounds cool. And we have part 1. So Coral Pukei-Pukei will shoot a stream of water, and after that, it will fly and start shooting water all over the field. So, as you see here, as one signal, Coral Pukei-Pukei will raise its tail to the sky. As you see right here, raising its tail to the sky. And then it will start filling it with water before it flies in the air and shoots water across it. You can dodge by rolling left or right twice or more, and this attack will follow up with a part 2. Right after this attack, there's a part 2. And here's part 2 for number 11 of Coral Pukei-Pukei's attacks. Coral Pukei-Pukei will go in a circle with its water pressure 5 times, spreading across the entire battlefield. And here's its signal. Coral Pukei-Pukei will stay in the air after part 1 of this attack. Alright, now I have an entire section on how to dodge the ultimate water laser circus, part 2. In general, you want to be within 1 roll of Coral Pukei-Pukei, so 1 roll away from Coral Pukei-Pukei. If you're range, start here. If you're melee, you start here. So for range, step 1, you're going to roll forward and get within about 1 roll of distance. If you're melee, you're going to roll backwards. You can start here, roll backwards, and get within about 1 roll of distance. And number 2, you're going to wait till it circles the laser beneath it 3 times. So you're going to wait 3 times till it circles the laser. Right here, bam. 1, 2, 3. After the third, step 3 is to roll forward once or twice. As you see, I roll forward once or twice. And then step 4, you wait until the 4th and 5th circle. And then step 5, you roll backwards once or twice. Alright, just in case you need more help, I'm going to go through a range example and a melee example. Here's us dodging part 1, and now we're going to go to part 2. Here's step 1, rolling forward, get within 1 distance. Step 2, 3 lasers. 1, 2, and then 3. There you go, 3 times. Step 3, roll forward once or twice. Here we go. 1, 2, wait for 4 and 5. 4 and 5 just went, and then roll backwards once or twice. Now that we're done with the range example, here's the melee example. Alright, here's part 1. We're going to dodge part 1, the laser that goes to the sky. Then we go to step 1. We're going to roll backwards again with about 1 roll of distance. Step 2, wait for 3 circles. 1, 2, and then 1 more. That should be 3. There's 3. Step 3, roll forward once or twice. Step 4, wait till the 4th and 5th circle. And then step 5, roll backwards once or twice. Bam. And then we dodge it. And last but not least, we have the classical, the musical, the annoying, the roar. At number 12, we have the roar for Coral Pukei-Pukei's attacks. Coral Pukei-Pukei will roar and stun you. It has 1 signal. Coral Pukei-Pukei will take a deep breath and snap its head back before it roars. Here's the example right here. Snap head back and then roar. You can dodge this by rolling at the perfect timing, guarding, parrying, or shoulder tackling, whichever one you have access to. In addition, here's my Coral Pukei-Pukei tips and tricks. Many of Pukei-Pukei's water attacks have a decent animation time before it fires. So dodge instead of being greedy if you can. This is how you're going to get hit, because you think you can go ahead and run through all of its water attacks, but you need to start dodging as soon as the animation starts. Unless you're using Prairie or something like that. Breaking its head weakens its water attacks, and severing its tail prevents it from using tail water attacks, as the useful information told us. You can hit Pukei-Pukei in the air during the ultimate water laser circus attack. So even though it has its ultimate attack, during the first 3 swings, you can start hitting it, and after you avoid the 4th and the 5th one, you can wail on it, and it's vulnerable for a little period of time. So keep that in mind. Hopefully this guide helps you take down Pukei-Pukei. Honestly, this thing is freaking annoying as hell. It felt like its power is equivalent to when I watched that one episode of One Piece where Jinbei just blows up a boat. Honestly, I'd rather fight this thing than Jinbei, because that would really suck to get hit by some Fishman Karate Kamehameha BS like that. Anyways, it's better to wait till Pukei-Pukei is boosted, otherwise you might take several hours to find one if you are unlucky. I did this with Black Diablos and Bingrathian. Trust me, if you are looking for this thing and want to kill a lot of them, just wait till it's boosted. When it's boosted, you have plenty around to take it out. Don't waste your time looking otherwise you're going to be really disappointed. Even though it has some sweet gear coming up, it's better to wait again till it's boosted, and then you can roast as many of them as you want, just for efficiency's sake. With that being said, these guides take a long time. This one in particular took a while just because the ultimate water laser circus attack. Thank you, freaking Pukei-Pukei. With that being said, do me a huge favor, like, subscribe, and comment for the YouTube algorithm. I'd really appreciate, especially because of the amount of times I had to redo and punish this thing over and over again just to get the accurate dodge data for you. Good luck on your grinds, good luck on your Pukei-Pukei hunts, and getting all that sweet gear, and I will see y'all on the...